All right, folks. We are in episode 2 here of Campaign 18. Well, we're kind of in the top right-hand corner, too. But we had a Battle Pact, episode 1. So you can complain about it. It was a mixed result. Doing poorly over here. I think Hazen should... Well, it's not a great retreat, but he is retreating. Probably should have retreated across. But, yeah, whatever. So we're going to give the Union certainly the best perks we can because we might end up playing against them. And since the AI usually doesn't make great perk selections, we'll try to give ourselves a better future challenge in addition to giving the Union some of the better commanders that we know from the late war. Yeah, anyway, so that's on the docket. I believe that both... Wait, did this battle actually resolve? Yes. Okay, so Beauregard's division is pulling back because it lost that last battle. And... Alright, in the center, it's still a case that we just gotta build up readiness. Kearney's getting there. In Meade's case, what I think I can do is move up here. We'll move McClellan over. We will move Kearney's division to Louisville. And we're going to get Meade started on a supply depot that should cover us a good deal of the way towards Nashville and support that attack either in the fall. I don't know, maybe probably late summer's too ambitious, but maybe in the early fall we can get a push on Nashville going. I mean, if we take that in 61, we are way ahead of the game. And over here, the plan is still to bring Lyon out to Springfield, plop down a supply depot, and let Wright draw from the supply depot and deal with the fort back here, Fort Wyman. But I want to see, because it's Missouri... yeah, I don't know. I feel like because Missouri, I want to make sure that Lyon actually has more of the supply. I'm less concerned about things in Kentucky going wrong than I am them going wrong elsewhere. Oh, this. All right. So that probably happened when I was on the CSA and the Union went into, a bit of a financial problems. So we got options. I like all of these. I like Letters of Marque. I like Ag 1. Why don't we go with Ag 1? And then maybe either Funding 2, Tariff Act, Letters of Marque. Maybe straight to Ag 2? I'm not sure. Made no decision. So Rosecrans' division is over here offering no support. So let's first take them out of scouting, and second, put them in offensive stance. Reynolds' division is Union Army is on the move. All right, if you say so. We're kind of on the move back, but all right, we're gonna move up here and try to deal a blow to Cooper. This is for no real reason. We're going to move Sherman over, but maybe he can get nearer things. And Harney, I think the plan was actually send Rosecrans here and build the supply depot at Grafton. This, yeah, I guess if we get to Wheeling and then we get to Grafton, yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do that. I don't think after this battle especially, I don't think that I don't know that Rosecrans is going to be able to move in after this battle and easily build a supply depot there. So we'll do that. And, okay. So Rosecrans is here. So, yeah, why not fight this thing? And so we're going to fight this thing. So if you are new to the campaign, welcome. This is episode 2. And this is a regimental campaign on the full map. You'll probably see in battle here that I've gone through and I've named each of the regiments so that there shouldn't be any repeats, and there's kind of a historical not repeat, but just the historical numbering of regiments by state. So this is the map we're looking at. We do not get too much in the way of a deploy forward. So CSA, okay. CSA is probably going to get those two. It's a matter of controlling one point or the other. I think these are on the, I don't remember if these are on the back side of this hill or, no. I guess I was thinking more the pike, but this is it looks like a pretty strong position, right? You could use the high ground here, the forest, the fences. The CSA is going to get there. And as the Union, it's you got to kind of attack through it. But we should eventually get the numbers. But this is a ways away. And so I'm just going to bring you all back in when I have something to show you. So bring you back in. I lied that there'd be a lot of action. But the AI did exactly what they should, right? They came in here and they took the first point. They took the second point. And now it looks like they're holding up exactly where I would have held up, which is in this tree line overlooking this open field. Rosecrans is here. I wonder if Rosecrans came in behind them. Yeah. So we had an entry point over there. And I'm a little glad. So if you're the CSA, this is your decision point. It's probably time to leave the map because they were already outnumbered by, I think, 1,500 or 2,000. And now it's going to be well more than 2-1. Even though you have the victory points and you have a solid defensive position. Honestly, I don't even know down by about 2,000 men. I'm not sure that even holding that defensive position would have helped. You'll see where I was moving the rest of Reynolds' division. It was generally up here. It looks like there were some troops that were slated to go down in the bowl, but I really wasn't going to move them there. The plan was more or less to follow what Sturgis might be doing right now and moving around in the trees. We'd probably stay up here and then let the artillery do their thing shooting across the open field. But I wasn't going to try to go down and get stuck in this bowl and just be shot from, I don't know, 3 different angles. But anyways, yeah, we're moving that because this is also, if the AI did decide to attack me, this is also pretty good high ground. And we always would have room to fall back. And it would force the engagement to take place up here. And because I thought Rosecrans was probably going to come in this way, it made more sense to hang out over here. So we are about at the evening. I don't know, it's almost 1800, so there's probably a couple hours left. And yeah, I mean, you can kind of see how the AI works its way through things here, but it is kind of boring, I think, watching some of this stuff from up above. But I've been impressed that we still get a fair number of battles in this game. I guess, you know, decreasing things down to the regimental size wouldn't have necessarily changed any of that, but you don't know until you try. And so it turns out that it's just fine for battles. And you're kind of seeing, remember, these are divisions. So it's Reynolds' division and it's Rosecrans' division. They look a lot wider. Like this almost looks like a corps in brigade mode, even though the regimental blocks are smaller than the brigade ones. But that's because usually in the default vanilla game, divisions are placed too deep. And here it's always a single line, though these regiments, which are now brigades, are in the double line. And so it takes up a lot more space kind of left to right, but not in other directions, or not front to back, I guess. And so I could manually change that if I wanted to. And Reynolds, so Reynolds thinks he's in double line, but it's really just the brigades under him are in the double line. The brigades themselves are in a single stack. So anyways, that's that. It's getting real dark. It's real dark on this screen too, so I think I'll wait for lighter things unless anything... is anything interesting going to happen now? Maybe they're going to engage, in which case, let's just have... all right, we should detach the artillery, and we'll just give out brigade orders at this point here. So we'll have Steedman go that way, Morgan can go that way, Andrews can go that way, and McCook can go this way. We already have the cav detached, so we don't need more of that. We also don't need to avoid the fight any longer. Over here, we're gonna detach the artillery, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna send the infantry. Ooh, looks like a fence and some woods up there. We're gonna send the brigades up for the same reason that we sent, or that we moved the whole division up over here, and that's because I want the engagement to take place up here so that these folks don't have as far to move when that happens. Do we not have cavalry with Rosecrans? I guess I could find out the easiest way, right? Okay, I do. Oh, they're back here. All right, well, just as well. I want them detached. Where do I want them to go? All right, maybe we'll put that cav over here. I don't know if I'll be able to work them out onto the hill over here behind the White Springs Road. Maybe. But since I already have Davis's cavalry here, it doesn't feel like we need to... Okay, yeah, we don't want that. Someone's artillery is barking. I thought it would be ours. You know, with this whole artillery thing, I think we're about to go to the overnight reset. You just move the batteries up. But I think friendly infantry is going to be in the way the next day. And the balance on the field, yeah. I mean, it's more than 2-1. I know that Reynolds was in the red of readiness there, but now, oh yeah, it's meeting engagement because we just came in and deployed here and captured that. That's right. All right, so over here, what we can do is we'll still kick out skirmishers and advance, because skirmishers will start the engagement a little bit earlier, a little bit further forward, which is what we're looking to do. But it also delays like the heaviest of fighting until the folks from Reynolds' division show up. And this is a 3 in the front, 1 in the back. I still don't know why sometimes it's 3 and 1, other times it's 2 and 2, and I don't know. Doesn't matter a whole lot to me. I just wonder why it's not consistent. I don't know if it has something to do with the number of sprites or what it is. What is this? This is okay. So that's the Cav Brigade. So yeah, for my own reasons, and it's mostly just the ease of things here. We'll see if the artillery, if it gets up on this little hill, if it has some angles over friendlies and some of the trees. All right, I got to turn the volume down here. And we don't need this polluting our screen. Man, it is hard to see anything here. Okay. These green skirmishers are not loving their casualties. Oh no. I don't know how you guys got so far out, but you did. Okay. Hobie, yeah. Keep pressing up there like that. Alright, they got the right idea. I mean, that is what I told them to do, so. Alright. Alright, we'll have Cav come up here, maybe lend some morale support. I don't know, I think Andrews is done for here. I think he got too far up. Here. Yeah, probably the best thing for them will be to run. West Virginia Regiment. Sometimes I deviated from the numbering, but you can see it's usually pretty standard. 2nd Indiana, 3rd Ohio, 10th Pennsylvania, 2nd Illinois Cav, 3rd Massachusetts, squaring off against the 6th North Carolina. one of the mistakes I talked about that I made is in having... This is unnecessary. It should just be the Cav regiment under the division, because there aren't that many Cav commanders. I find that I'm running out on both sides, and I'm trying to put Cav and artillery commanders in those branches. For artillery, it's been just barely enough. As the war goes on, I think I'm just going to have run out. But... And that'll be true with the Cav eventually, but I'll at least be able to go longer before I run out. And I am using AOM's most recent, or the most recent I could find, set of portraits. So that's a pretty extensive list, and that's because we're doing regiments, so we have a lot more units that need commanders. All right. Okay, well, it's not Rosecrans Division. Who's not moving up here? Who is that? All right, so it's Wood's Brigade. We got to push up. And I think Lytle is now where I told him to go, so now we're going to move him up even further. Cullen. All right, so Long we can bring all the way around. You know what? Cullen can just sit there. Alright, so we push back to Rossi's, what is this? 5th South Carolina. 2nd Illinois appears to be doing some good work against the 5th Alabama. Alright, and whoever Hovey's brigade was engaged with, I think it was probably at least 2 regiments against 1, and the CSA regiment moved back. Alright, so now we have some artillery exchange with theirs. What is this brigade? Steedman's brigade? Let's send them up. I know it seems a bit unsupported, but we only have 1 Cav regiment between the 2 friendly divisions here. Yeah, it's really hard to see. I was not expecting to show a quasi night battle here. And so what I'm guessing just happened is that it went to night and the AI immediately withdrew. So they actually escaped, only taking, I don't know, what was it, like 100 more, 150 more casualties. So that was probably good, because I think another 2 hours, and I think that division, Cooper's division, would have been crunked. So good on the AI. And yeah, it's not going to be perfect, but neither am I. So we're all going to make mistakes here. I hope we're not. Okay, we're not froze at 98%. Sometimes when it freezes after loading in or loading back in from a battle, it gets to that 98% and goes no further. Usually it happens when there's like 250,000 troops on the battlefield or something, which this definitely was not. All right, that was a good win, and that actually did not cause Rosecrans much. And again, because we might be fighting against them, let's make sure that they're good. So because everything has been moved down a level so that we could get to regimental stuff, and this mill here, this was not me. This is when I turned things over to the AI. Anyways, so now it's a case where regiments will get 1 perk. Brigades get none, because in the vanilla game, divisions get no perks. I don't love that, but that's the way it is. And now the corps, hold on, no. Now it's the division gets up to 3 perks, and I think the corps could still get up to 3 perks. And what I had to sacrifice at the top end is I can get armies, so pretty much groups of corps, but I cannot get army groups, so groups of armies, which I'm okay with. All right, let's see if that helped. The lossless scaling is kind of kicking in and out. I did a recent Windows update, which I don't think I did the update that is apparently supposed to mess with lossless scaling, but there have been problems with lossless scaling since that update. It's the big new Windows update. All right. So Harney's going to get there. He's actually in pretty good shape because the railroads save a lot of readiness. We're going to get him working on the supply depot at... Ooh, okay, good. So Hazen's on this side of the Potomac, right where he belongs. And we should get him moving out. Sheridan, we're going to move up. Actually, maybe to Hagerstown. All right, so the 5th Corps is there, or 5th Corps HQ is there. They're all getting their readiness, so I'm just going to let them finish that process. Gibbon's division reports being out of supply. But they're in the yellow readiness. Let's move them up. We can move... Why can I not... Why not? Clicking on this... All right, we're kind of boxed out there. There we go. All right. So we'll move Keyes' division up as well. This is Grant. Yeah, that's Grant. So we'll move Grant up. Who is Grant's 3rd division here? Steele. Where is... Oh, he's down here. All right. Too many forts. That's what I'll blame it on. You know what? It is a level 2 supply depot, so we might have enough supply there. I'm not sure. We will see. But that should attract a lot of CSA counter. What is this? So this is one thing I do not understand, and it has nothing to do with the mod, because this happened in previous campaigns. So you beat something like Cooper's, right? They got beat badly. And I feel like... Well, actually, you know what? They withdrew. And I get... But it was a minor defeat. I'm surprised that they're able to stand and take this fight. But hey, if they want to try that again, that's fine. I think this time it looks like Rosecrans will go in first. And, Reynolds is in that red readiness, so I think that'll hinder his reinforcement time, but we should have at least a 1,500-man advantage, and so that's about 3 regiments. I've capped them at 600. Most fresh regiments are around 550 or so, but that's the way it is. Some of the more depleted ones, a little bit less, but yeah, they're not going to be able to withstand the full force, I don't think. All right, well, we have to attack. Of that, there is no question. And we have to attack a long way. And this is... Let me just make sure I'm right about where we have to attack. I think we pretty much... Oh, my goodness. We have to attack up this? Well, see, that actually has a victory point. So you have to control 2 out of the 3 to control the battlefield. So if we go the Flurry Road, we could then, and they're playing up, we could then move back and try to cap this one, probably with Cav, and then make them come. I think that's the way to do it. This is a choke point up here, right? You're between streams and swamps, moving into forest with fences that are going to slow down your movement. I understand. I don't usually love attacking through an open field, but I think this time it makes sense. This can probably go so quickly I don't even have to put you on pause. We go to the Cav Brigade while we still have them. I got to get rid of them. All right, we're going to take you off of Cold Steel. It's just not a good start. We're going to take you here, and we're going to detach you from the rest of Rosecrans' division. Press start. Send you up to scout. Maybe that will be the scout. Yeah, we'll send you up there to scout there. And then we'll take the rest of Rosecrans' division and bring them up behind. And honestly, that crossroads right there, that's... Try to keep them as close to the roads as possible. There we go. It's better. and we can watch blue things beep and bop around. But it only took, I don't know, a minute or two in the previous battle to find the AI, because the scouting's pretty generous. Even with the smaller unit sizes and the way the game files work is that generally smaller units have greater concealment, but I haven't found that to be too much of an issue shrinking things down to the regimental level. It still seems like you're given pretty generous sight lines. And I like this map. This is, I believe it's one of the generic maps. One of the other things I've done is I've shrunk the area where historical maps load in. And so we will get back. Oh my goodness. No. Okay. Yeah. So we're not doing that. Rosecrans. All right. That is interesting. That is very interesting. That is not how I would have done that. Maybe that's why it's better. No. Instead, we're gonna no, well, you don't really want to do that either, because we don't want to be marching up there. So I am going to put you on pause, because we got to stop, we got to start, and then we'll do other things. But you can see why we had to change plans. All right, so we sorted that out, and as long as my cav, the 1st Kentucky U.S. cav, doesn't rout, we're going to go over here. We're going to gobble up these victory points. Star, no, that had to be cav command. Reynolds has arrived. Okay, Reynolds arrived from up here. So this path is actually not terrible for doing what I want to do, which is to go over here. We have Rosecrans. Well, here, I'll show you what Rosecrans is going to... Maybe I won't. Okay, so this is how Rosecrans is going to deploy now. We're kind of close to the roads, but my idea was to just deploy up here and then kind of side saddle over to here. I didn't know that Reynolds was going to show up this quickly, but there is this path over here. And try to get Reynolds' men to take. All right, long. We're going to get your cav moving. We're going to go all the way back there and back cap that one. Maybe the right play would be to wait, but it'll only be one victory point. And so that shouldn't be enough to get the AI to leave their defenses. But this would put Reynolds on the right and Rosecrans on the left. And so if the AI then moves to try to recapture these points that they lose, we're just going to move behind them and take them that way. But probably stick with Reynolds on the right. And I found no evidence the AI actually does worse running at 20x. I know that was something speculate. Actually, that's probably too ambitious. And not really what we need to do. Just need to do that. I do need to find who Reynolds Cav. Yeah, so Reynolds Cav doesn't need to do that. It should do that, and it should be detached. There we go. It's 130. Is that is? It's got to be the, yes, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Halleck. So I kind of don't want. I don't know if I want the CSA to leave those trenches. I don't know. What's the ground like? It looks like it's going to get higher up to here. Yeah, and then there's this little ridge we can get behind over here. Let's speculate with putting Cullum up here. It is a small brigade, and there are some of these out there that need at least one more regiment in them, and his certainly does. Move Lytle up to support this battery. Maybe it's too close, but you know, if they come up to try to deal with this battery, maybe we'll just shoot them. And I don't know if I've fought with this battery before. So, what kind of guns does Willage have under him? Okay, that's not right. 6-pounder, 12-pound. It's not very good. Napoleons are fine. 6-pound field guns are not. But to support that movement, let's also move up Hovey. We can keep them just behind that hill. And Wood, you don't really want to get stuck up there. And so we're going to move Wood. Is there anywhere? Not really. We could probably put him here and have him lay down. if they start taking a lot of artillery fire. But we're just trying to... I'm trying to not get them to move too quickly. But eventually, once we take the points behind them, I want to be able to rush up. So I want to avoid having them come out too quickly, but also having them avoid leaving. Time is certainly on our side. And I wonder if the AI is going to do the same thing that they did last time, which is just... You know what? Do we even have enough cav to cap this? We do not. And this is something I'm pretty sure I did, that you can't just run around like capping stuff easily. We're probably going to have to send... Here, we'll send Sturgis over there to see if Sturgis, or I guess Davis's, to see if those 2 regiments will be enough to even move things. And if they're not, well, we'll have to kind of make it up from there. All right, that's our artillery. Here, we can clean this up and make it look good. I'm not too worried about a minor defeat. We are moving at 5x, so it's a little wild. No reason, I guess, to stand out here in the open and just get shot. So we'll move over there. I believe we're close enough that even if they tried to come out, we could probably catch them in the backside. And for right now, we'll just go with distance to protect wood and some of the others. Speed things up because we're still in the waiting game. And to confirm, oh, okay, so we actually are making progress on that. I think more. I actually don't know if more troops caps faster. I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. And you know what? Let's move over there. And then we'll have this brigade. This brigade being Wood's brigade of... What do we got? 1st Kentucky U.S., 6th Illinois, 2nd Regiment, 4th Regiment. Some of these, obviously, I forgot to actually rename, and they're probably some of the earlier units. Or maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they don't have the regimental names, but it gives me something to do off video. But I really did want to play because I was just tired of renaming units. All right, we are over here. Where do we want this artillery? Where does this artillery have... Whoa. Where does this artillery have decent sight lines? I think they can do a little bit of work from here. Don't know what kind of artillery is in that brigade. 6 pound, 6 pound. It's all junk. So let's push up with Andrews here. McCook is infantry, right? Yeah, McCook is infantry. Let's push McCook up. Steedman. Let's push up. I mean, if they want to shoot artillery at my skirmishers, that's fine. Can't tell if we're in a duel or not. Yeah, the AI, it's one of the enduring things. I don't know of any. It's probably got to be in a level that I can't get into. But they do have a tendency to shoot skirmishers. And it's like the least productive thing that artillery can do. Though the AI also frequently likes to counterbat, which makes more sense. But it'll sometimes just shoot at skirmishers. Or it looks like they're just shooting at the skirmishers. I don't know. Maybe they're shooting at real targets, but it doesn't frequently look like it. That is, like in the previous battle, that is not terrible defensive ground. It's not the defensive ground I would have chosen. The absolute key to this point was holding something up here on the Flurry Road. So whether it was a line of entrenchments here and then another one here, that would have been absolutely miserable to attack. I mean, if you have breastworks up there, geez, I want no part of that. But Anyways, that's how I would have done it. Not that anybody asked me. Sturgis or Davis, why don't we bring you back here and start capping this next point? All right, Anderson's got the artillery. I think we can still move things at 2x just fine. Looks like we're missing one infantry group I did not send forward. Trying to find out who that is. It's not Steedman. Okay, so Anderson's the artillery. So then who are you all with? Who's the Morgan? Yeah, I don't remember calling Morgan's name. Well, we will move you up as well. All right. We'll have Hovey's brigade begin to push up. Wood's brigade. This is largely supposed to be a demonstration. I assume that the AI probably doesn't have much better artillery than I do, and if they do, I don't intend to allow it to last very long. The shooting, that is. I'll try to move in pretty quickly here, at least at the closer ranges. Davis knows to move. Long. You're going to move as well. Oh, and it sounds like the skirmishing has started over here on the CSA right, our left. Yeah, and that is skirmishers. Well, it's time to bring Cullum in. Since the CSA are a bit far away, you can kind of play the role of cutting off their retreat, but... Alright, so this is all fine. No, Willage is the... This is the... Yeah, it's Hovey's Brigade HQ. Yeah. Alright, let's move up. And as much as possible, let's try to get everybody shooting at medium range. Alright, that'll be good enough for now. And these batteries, they all... Well, I guess they kind of have stuff to shoot at. They might as well shoot, because pretty soon friendlies are going to be so close that it's not... They're not going to be able to shoot at all. So, all right, that's that. I'm going to check the condition here just to make sure nobody's too exhausted. They've been marching, but I haven't made them double quick or anything like that, so I'm not too worried. And things on the left aren't even fully developed yet, so I'm okay with all that. Not sure that Anderson will ever get in position to shoot. That's okay. It should be an infantry fight. Alright, Andrews is there. That's fine. We should do the same thing for Reynolds' division. Just put everybody at medium range that we can. McCook, you look like you're about ready to go. Okay, they do have their orders. Alright, let's send McCook in. He looks ready to go. And I think he's also going to be... Well, he can come up the back side of this hill. His skirmishers will probably get a face full of it, but that's okay. And we're going to move these folks up to try to fix anything in the center from moving around too much. What's going on over here? Very good. Andrews, it's going to be a similar story. I think there's cav over here, and so our skirms will hopefully lead the way on that. And just tie down their cav. Alright, we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll push up here. So it's largely just a hit on both ends with a very weak demonstration in the center. Is that our second point captured? Alright, then what we do from here is we run in here. My goodness, man. We'll take that, and then we'll come up the backside road. And now we just get to watch things and have a little bit of fun. Take things from the opposing side's angle. Man, they already brought their cavalry out and brought it over here. That is not a good idea. Yeah, you don't want to be charging that. Yeah, that's not good. But otherwise, I mean, I get it. This is the first attack you saw, and it does threaten to cut off their route of retreat, so. It's just one of my enduring critiques of the AI, and there probably is something I can do about it, but they just seem... Like, I can see them, and I know the AI knows where I am, but they don't seem to understand that they've been flanked until it's too late. Like, this repositioning would be fine if they did it when they saw brigades starting to go through the woods. Or pull back to the ridge here. Because, well, yeah, I guess you sacrifice losing the road. You do have a high ground. You have a really terrible path of retreat. Because then you have to go through the swamp down here, the stream, fences, and woods. So if you're outflanked that way, maybe just fall back to here. But I think the play was to ultimately defend up there. So again, I know that OBS caps things at 60. It should be recording the version. Right now, I'm getting about 80 frames here in 1440, and so I'm very happy with that. This is a good game for lossless scaling to do its thing. All right, McCook is here. We got to put McCook up, move McCook up here to help out Morgan. Same thing. We're gonna angle you this way. Yeah. So this is really weird, right? Hey, there's all they actually built breastworks that are much worse than the stone wall that was naturally there. All right, so Woods Brigade, the casualties have actually been fairly light. I don't know if moving them forward is going to give them better angles. They probably don't have too much great right now. All right, but we got the CSA coming up to us, which is exactly what we want. I think against Cav, you just got to throw numbers up. Again, the brigade v brigade action is fun. It's just the larger order of what's going on in the battle, the AI seems to always have struggled with. I doubt they can do much. So let's just move them up. Keep them closer together. Alright. Yep, and so now this is Donaldson's brigade, I guess. They're starting to get hit in the back. They realize it, they're falling back, but it's going to be too late. They're going to get caught. And the elements here, I don't know what brigade this is part of. I guess I could find out. AP, oh, it's AP. Oh, and AP Hill got wounded. The 5th Tennessee is sticking around. 2nd Arkansas is taking a little bit of damage, but I don't think that they are long for this battle, in spite of other things. And I still want this group hanging back because the 2 wings are trying to wrap around. And I guess it's the 8th Virginia and the 9th Virginia are kind of caught out up here. Here, we can send you guys up to relieve the pressure a bit, but... DeRosey, South Carolina, I think they had a bad battle last battle. Oh, no. Oh, no, okay. The volume is down. I wasn't sure if I turned it down. And now we just got to march you all up, and we can move you at the double. And I'm once again not sure who you are, but Steedman. All right, well, what is this thing? That looks like a very large cavalry. So it's interesting. It says cavalry brigade, but the cavalry units are Robertson. All right, so it's really only 400 men. It looks like it looked like an old, large, like 2,500 man cavalry brigade. I don't know. I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know. A throwback. All right. Oh, unfortunately, we lost the 2nd Regiment. Oh, and we're about to lose the 6th Illinois. Yikes. You guys have not moved up. All right, but over here, it looks like we've done a solid job. Well, a fairly solid job. Lytle's Brigade needs to move up. And you know, we're at the point where we can send brigades against regiments, I think. Here, we'll just send you straight in. All right, and over here, this is just poor 7th Tennessee. This is not going to go well. Wonder where my cav is. Well, that's not too surprising. All right, and we have taken this position. So that should free us up on the map a lot here. We're just going to run it at 20x. I'm not going to try to hunt down the AI. Whatever happens, happens at this point. But that should definitely give us a freer hand in northern West Virginia, which is not yet West Virginia. It's an oddity of the campaign, because this is actually a summer 61 campaign that was earlier modded to go back to April 15th. And at that point, I think in the vanilla summer 61 campaign, I think that West Virginia starts in the Union. But for whatever reason, I can't get it to do it here. So we actually have to take West Virginia, and I think it's Charleston. It's just that one area that's left that we have to do. Really? McCook became famous and an inspiration for his men? I mean, I guess they didn't do bad, but I don't think that they were really involved in it. Dude is bad. Lieutenant Colonel Grusel? I don't know. Maybe he was commanding one of those infantry brigades that broke, but doesn't quite feel right, because I don't know. They were kind of given a terrible position. I don't want to spam skirmishers. I also noticed that in this one, it claims a lot of things are major victories that don't actually meet the major victory threshold. So I'm not. I don't know what to tell you. Not enough men are engaged for it to count as a major victory, but I guess it has to do with the proportion of casualties. So maybe there's a balance thing I got to work on. I've really modded it down so that the national morale gain or loss, however you want to look at it, is quite minimal from winning on the battlefield. It's really about casualties and controlling territory. Those are the things that really matter. All right, we're gonna get a supply depot here, right at kind of the intersection of those two rail lines, and so hopefully that gives us a good jumping off point. Honestly though, this is not the best way to get Charleston. The best way to get Charleston is to pretty much be over here in Marietta, and then just take the river down and then march from Point Pleasant to Charleston. That's really the way to do it. That I think I built when I switched over to the CSA side. So anyways, that's the short history of that supply depot. And yeah, Hazen, all right, should hasten his retreat there, but I don't think I have too much else to do. I do want to, you know what I want to do? What do we have here? All right, let's take this out. We don't want this here. You know what? Why lose it? Send it back to the repair yard. But what I want to do, I know you're wondering, is I want to engage this fort here. Fort Monroe. All right, we're going to send you up, even though you're blockading. We're going to send those squadrons in as well. I mean, it's a level 2 fort. I tried to get the wooden ships out of there, or at least the ones that had some damage, and mostly leaving ironclads or ships I don't care about, like the second-rate steamer, which is actually like a poor man's frigate. I mean, for its cost, it seemed to do okay usually. I think this time it's going to the bottom of the Chesapeake, but... And then that was probably what that was. But now I don't have to pay the maintenance costs for it, so... Yay. Alright, we're going to move you forward. Yeah, that's what that was. But you can see the ironclads, or some of the ironclads at least, they're tanking the damage a bit more effectively. And perhaps most importantly... Alright, so I understand why Gibbon is there. Yeah, you can see that there was a time... Does Gibbon deserve it? I don't know, but he's getting it. And, yeah, for whatever reason, his division perked up very quickly. I had to tune some things down, but if there are a couple divisions that are overtuned, it will be symmetrical. And that's the only thing I'd say, except that Oh, yeah, I just saw this at the last moment. 8,100 men in Sheridan's division. And then we can wait for 6,000 in Hazen's. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because Sheridan, I think, was accidentally in scouting anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see what we get here in terms of a battlefield. It's 51 minutes in, but let's have some fun. We're in Maryland. Maybe we'll get the Antietam map, and I wonder if the CSA... I'm surprised they came into Maryland. They are not set up to be aggressive, but to instead try to... Well, they're set up to be aggressive in the defense of their territory and kind of swarm to the attackers, but they do have this old habit of liking to take the offensive, kind of like Cooper's attack out there, which is, I think it was actually in Ohio. Right, the first battle that they withdrew from. I can make men follow me. Ah, it is the Antietam map. It's a good map. It's a good map. It's not just a War of Rights enjoyer's opinion. It's... Holy moly! Ugh. Well, I wouldn't try to play this too cute. I think that this is our goal, and we're a little bit on the clock here. And if it's noon right now, that means we really can't expect reinforcements. I don't think we should expect them today. All right, we're going to set you to evade. Otherwise, it's going to be the exact same thing you saw. Wait, did I detach? Well, I'll detach you now. All right, that's it. We'll get rid of this. And we're going to send McClernand up first. We will see where the AI set up. And this is one of the actual cavalry brigades that has more than one regiment, but I still don't think it's worth having the separate brigade, because pretty much in the end, McClernand is just taking orders from who the heck is in charge? Yeah, Sheridan, and so the rest doesn't matter. All right, this is kind of a road we can all get to and set up on. John Wool's coming in. Welcome. Up here, he's going to join up, and he's actually going to be in command of 2 divisions, so good on him. What is this? All right, we got a bunch of pontoons ready. This is one I would not mind fighting more often if it got rolled, but usually when I play as the Union, I'm putting more pressure on the CSA, and so it doesn't roll for the historical reasons, and then when I play as the CSA, I tend to play just more in the CSA and kind of swarming to any sort of invasion and trying to keep those out. So we're going to inch up here because we are playing in 20x to move things forward. I don't know. You know, if you're going to defend Sharpsburg, you probably want to do it before things start sloping too much down. I don't know, it always seems like there's a bit of a slope. I did not realize the Dunkard Church was this close. This is the War of Rights player in me. Was this close to Sharpsburg? Which, of all the alternative scenarios in War of Rights, they do the invasion of Harper's Ferry. I understand why, like, right? But they don't do anything in Sharpsburg. So, at least that I would say that I know of, but I feel like I know the maps pretty well at this point. All right, move up. Fine. Sheridan. We'll just move you up to here because there are lots of roads and trails and stuff that make this work. All right. Put it back to 20x so that we can get to the action sooner. Why isn't the cab moving up? I guess because I put them in single line and then they didn't. So we're coming up to the sunken road. We don't see anything. Up to Sharpsburg. Do we see anything? Sheridan's here. We're going to move up to the sunken road. No. All right. We got to find these guys. Let's see if they're over here. The AI definitely surprised me in the previous episode. I know that the AI sometimes does that forward deployment, but they caught me off guard. All right, so I didn't even find him here, and I'm not going to push McClernand up any further until Sheridan comes up. The concern is if McClernand comes up too far and the AI kind of detects that they're going to come forward. If I move up and take the Harper's Ferry Road, I no idea what that's called, but yeah, if we move up and take it, I want to be able to hold it. I don't think okay, so things have turned slightly against me. Wool was never coming up. I suspect, based on where they were on the map, I don't know, it was really weird because it looked like reinforcements would be coming from this direction. They looked west, and so the most western blue point I see is actually up here in the northwest. So I suspect when Hazen comes in, he's probably going to come in here, and I'm going to try to space it so that he can bubble up to Wool, and then maybe bubble deploy forward from that. I could probably pull Sheridan back and maybe get, if I put Sheridan on Nicodemus Hill, I could probably get Hazen all the way up here, assuming that they come in overnight. And that is not a certain thing. So that might be a bit too cute. I think we can just move up with Sheridan's division, hold the fields. I still don't know where the CSA is, but we'll put some temporary orders out here to try to find where the AI is. These are also not terribly great points to hold. They're hard to get to, for sure, but this one's really hard to defend. I think because you're almost back into a corner. I don't know. It does overlook open ground. I don't know how you would mass firepower. I guess you could. That's just so long distance, though. And it's hard to move laterally, right? If you actually have troops that are trying to defend from the backside, if you're defending up here, yeah, you can keep things a bit tight, but I don't know. Antietam Ironworks. There's not more to that story. I don't really know what else to say. All right, we're going to move. Oh, so they already came in. All right, hey. Yeah, and that's where they came in. All right, so we do know that. The Ground Squirtle Church. Hazen, get moving. So move you up there. All right, since we already have this, and it's become... You know what? I don't really need Sheridan up there, I don't think. I think I'm going to go for the bubble deploy forward through nightfall. And we'll risk the longer order delays. It's a real possibility. I have got to find where they are. So we're going to send McClernand down here and see if they're holding Antietam. Yeah, I don't need any of that now. Move you there. Yes, Hazen, get moving. I think they still got, what, an hour or two? Yeah, so we'll be as far as he can get up there. Yeah, maybe we could get Hazen to Sharps. Okay. So again, this is the ridiculous. How we can see? I think these guys are on the. Yeah, they're on the backside of this hill behind trees, and somehow my scouts can see them. But maybe, probably not, but maybe. So, yeah, if we just take Antietam. So, yeah. We do kind of risk, though, getting picked off. I mean, they would have to really wallop us pretty bad. All right, let's run this at 20x and see what the old AI comes up with. All right. I don't love everything I'm seeing here. Tidball's battery. Yeah, I'd rather have them back behind that fence. And then you all seem like you're a bit far away to help. So let's put you there. Let's put you over there. Let's put you all... Well, I want to put you on the back side of that fence and see what happens. And then McClernand... Nope. This is what we want to. We want to move you here. Move you here. You guys can move. No, we want to move that whole. Yeah. We'll do that. And McClernand. Okay, no. Just move back. And we'll try to make all that work. I think these are... What are these? These are stone walls. And they're all stone walls, so... it's better to attack, I guess, north to south than east to west. Perhaps not my best work. All right, you all are moving. That's great. Yeah, give me Hazen and move. Just give them the order to move down here. Over here would be great. Sure. Wool, you keep moving up. Sheridan, you keep moving up. Anybody got a cigar? All right, get in contact with that stone wall so it's actually giving you cover. Throw your skirmishers out. That's another... No, they're not under strength. There's got to be a 4th regiment somewhere. Yikes. Well, they gotta try something here. I get it. We'll send the cav off to deal with Anderson. We'll bring Granger over here. If you're gonna shoot at me, you should do it in loose formation. I'll give the AI that much help. They need it. I guess I do too. Very good job of... Those guys have done a very good job of not getting shot. don't know how they did that. Oops. There we go. Now it shouldn't be as deafening. Still pretty loud for me. Third Georgia is doing work. McIntosh's first North Carolina Cav is doing work. I think, yeah, that did not go well for us. I think a 50-50 engagement is still one we win. So as long as we can get it to that point, I think we'll be okay. Alright, I'm starting to chase here, so it's not a good sign. Starting to just throw people in willy-nilly. And I'm sure those reinforcements will not have moved as fast as I wanted, but that's always the way that is. Let's get on the stone wall here. It does us more good when we use it. Yikes, the 10th Illinois got quasi-deleted there. Alright, but it looks like the 3rd Mississippi is about to meet a similar fate. So I don't think it's been 50-50. I think we've done worse than 50-50. Yeah, holy moly, we've done worse than 50-50. If those are accurate, if those statistics are accurate, then we really have. Alright, but we're getting to the stone wall. That's what we want. And the artillery's coming online. That's good. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure about their casualty count being at 250. I mean, if that unit's taken 170, all right, that's a little bit better and probably a little more accurate. All right, get on the stone wall. Don't worry about going over there. 21st New York has been broken. Hopefully they rally. I think it's pretty much Granger's, wasn't it Granger's Brigade? Robert Granger's Brigade? All right. And then McClernand's cavalry. All right, so they did their job over there. That's fine. What do we do now? I think with McClernand's cav, we're going to move it here. Yeah, there's stone walls back here. It's just tough to move cavalry through fields with fences, and I'm trying to avoid that. All right, so the CSA is not pressing that attack. Actually, you know what? You know what? No, we don't have to do it today. My idea was to send McClernand down here, take that. It weakens us too much here and opens us up to being counterattacked. I think we're going to get a bunch of troops to rally on Sheridan overnight. And then hopefully Hazen's group should be very close come tomorrow morning. And so if Wool does connect to Sheridan and Hazen, they actually should be in position over here to prevent it losing. I guess I don't really know what I'm concerned about losing over here, because this is the point that matters. And this is where the stone wall is. Yeah. So maybe Hazen's troops want to actually just come down and reinforce the position that's already here, because it's a pretty solid position with the stone walls, and it then frees up McClernand's cav to here, we're gonna send the cav out because we do get ammo resupply overnight. I think it makes sense to do. Yeah, so if they want to... Oh, okay, so that's end of day. Hopefully we don't have to get forced back. All right, we don't. So let's see if there's... That is great news. You can see we space those so that we can almost deploy right here. I have a feeling when the day starts, they're going to start right on top of us. And that's okay. So what we do is we build... parapets down to here, and then we'll build them back here. And can we not, they're not gonna let us upgrade these at all? No, that's not what I want to do. There is a way. I don't know, it's just being silly right now. Okay, that's how we do it. All right, and that used up all that. That's fine. So what we will do is we're going to move Granger down over here. Let's get your skirmishers back. We don't need those out. McClernand, I don't see a great spot for you. Here, we're going to start with you back in the woods. And either we'll go to the fence if we have to, or we're going to move down and grab Antietam if that option is open. Is there any good spot for a battery back here? Any gentle rise? Not really. Not really, and I don't love putting it down here because they could be all around. So we'll play it a bit conservative with the artillery and just move it. Wow, Tidball's battery just got smoked. Buell's brigade apparently has been just obliterated. Is that right? So they're done, and yet confident, done, basically done, and done. Well, that was terrible. And so who else does that leave me with? Gilmore's brigade? Can they do anything? Okay, I don't know how. It must have been some skirmishers that went to go grab those guns there. All right, well, they can keep them. Howard is just about done. Oh, okay, that's a detachment. That doesn't count. They're just about done, and they're just about done. Welp? We'll do our best. That's what you'll get from us. We'll do our best. And then Hazen. I think in this case, we'll just keep cavalry over here. We're going to, yeah, we're not going to do cold steel. We don't need scouts either. We will detach them. Dismount and loose formation. That's fine. That doesn't look great. That doesn't look great. In fact, a lot of this stuff does not look great. But that's what we got. All right, Reno, you're going to be off to the side for now. I just don't know what else to do with you. Okay, we'll put you there. Stanley, not sure how capable you are at the moment, but we'll put you there. And Tidball, I don't know. Do we put you back here as well? You know what? Is there a bit of a rise up here? Probably not. But maybe we just keep the artillery together with a little bit of cavalry. You know what? Let's put the cav. They can't go forward, but they can come back, and they'll at least lend some morale to the guys in the trenches here. Let's see what we get. That was very odd. All right. Apparently they see stuff to shoot at. Oh, no, that's stuff that sees us to shoot at. Okay. You didn't volunteer for this. All right. So their artillery sees us. Do we not see them? Is the morale really unstable? Oh, because they started broken. All right. Well, I was not expecting that. McLaren. Let's find out what the situation is down here. Everybody else, let's throw out. Well, we do need to get skirmishers out. We got to find out what's going on here. What are casualties looking like? Yikes. Oh no. Oh no. Second Alabama's coming up. Where is... Alright, so that's Hazen. Hazen can get a little bit more. That's why things are taking so long. So Sheridan didn't move, and I think Wool still needs to move. Yeah, he does. So we'll bring them down. So it looks like they have a lot of folks back. Huh. If that's true, let's advance forward. I don't really need you to move. I just need you to rotate. Shouldn't be a complicated maneuver. There you go. All right, let's see what's up here. If we can knock this regiment out, it's one more off the list. If we can take these batteries out, that will help. How are our batteries? Okay, our batteries are chirping as well. All right, so things have pulled back to our favor. I guess with the arrival of artillery. Oh, I see that. 8th Tennessee. Very dokie. Alright. So they don't like what they're getting. That's good. We're gonna wait for them to move up. I think they're through the fence. So as long as they're not getting cover from the fence, I'm cool with that. Let's dismount and move more slowly so that they get away from the fence. And this way it'll just be their regiment against ours, and we probably have the better weapons, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll have skirms. You know, skirm. And, okay, we'll get loose so that we're not getting too beat up here. Alright. Stay oh yeah, this is Stanley or Stayhill's brigade. Whatever it is. Stahl's brigade. Well, we'll move them up at least that much. Bragg's artillery battalion looks like it's just about done. Alright, and they got a route over there. That's good. And now we're going to move the 3rd New York Cav to join the 1st Maryland U.S. Cav. And, this should really lead to a reduction in accuracy. Being in that high of corn or whatever. All right. Let's send the 1st Pennsylvania out to greet the 3rd Georgia. Artillery looks like it's lost targets to shoot at. Okay. Let's move it down here, and let's move Tidball over here. Sheridan, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're going for. You go there. Wool, yeah, again, go here. Hazen, move up. Hey, you had your orders, man. So what I'm doing is I'm giving them attack orders behind the unit they're actually trying to engage, because they seem to just be stopping short and not engaging. So, all right, you all can go up and try to deal with them. That's fine. You can help as well. I think on their own, 1st Pennsylvania Cav should be able to take care of that. Granger's brigade. All right. Not where we want to be. Now, why is it not obvious to them that this should definitely be a fallback? I don't get it. Well, it's probably just going to be a route, but it is what it is. Alright, so they're going to rotate like that. Gilmore, I guess, can rotate like that. Now that we know where the press is coming from, I guess we can try to get the artillery ready for it. So we'll get you over there. Stanley and Company, you get over there. No need to over pursue, I think, here. We can probably just come back over here. And, yeah... Alright, so they broke. Yeah, we're not going to need to chase. We need to get back. We're not out of it yet. And I think this cav is just going to get used up here. And delay and inflict as many casualties as it can, but it doesn't look like it's going to have a very good ending here. Okay, that's the order we want. I don't know why that was so hard before. I mean, I would take retreat. That would be fine with me. All right. And because we have numbers, yeah, and the casualty trade might be a bit more even, we should eventually get them to break first. But we're not doing so well ourselves. All right, and the enemy is retreating. So then we're going to just fast play this through. They're going to be able to break contact and get out of here. And that's how this will go. And this will, yeah, so we're coming in. Wow. I guess that was like 3 battles in one episode. So certainly not the casualty trade we want, but we do have the long-term numbers. And it deals them a defeat and should buy Hazen some time to refit. I think Sheridan's going to have to as well. I think he was only in the yellow readiness when that battle started. So Colonel Gilbert has become famous and an inspiration for his men. Well, good for him. Lieutenant Colonel Alcock has fallen to disgrace. I think that's CSA, right? I think Alcock is, or Alcock is CSA. Yes, victory at Frederick. So what is it? It's 130 killed, 240 captured. So that's 270 out of the war for them. That's 170 definitely out of the war for us, and then some amount there. So yeah, again, I think it's probably a net loss on manpower, but probably all things considered, it's better we won than we didn't. But yeah, so Sheridan's down. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for him to come back from that. What else would be good to play against? I think skilled cartographers, anything that's going to give intelligence gathering and movement speed when you're the Union and you're spending a lot of time in CSA territory, you're going to want that intelligence gathering for the readiness. And then, of course, speed is, speed is always good, defender or attacker. It's not bad to have. All right, so that's what's going on here. It looks like everybody is in supply at the moment. At least everybody in the second corps is in supply, so that's good. I assume that this is just playing out and Johnson's division is in the process of falling back. That's fine. Where else did things work out? All right, so the supply depot is going up relatively fast. We're going to get Sherman over here. Okay, Rosecrans, if you want to... Yeah, I think skilled... See, embedded reporters is also good, though, for making sure you have famous people. And late game troops are happy. Maybe we'll take that one later. But cartographers is definitely good on the... It's just always good. It's pretty easy to build up, too. Scurry's division is coming. Oh, boy. That's not this... yeah, it can't be this episode. But, yeah, as long as both of my forces show up, we'll be all right. If they don't both show up, we're in trouble here. Yeah. All right, well, I guess I know where the next episode starts. This is... Yeah, I mean, the CSA's AI is not set to be this kind of aggressive, but I think it's still... I mean, this is still CSA territory, so actually this is not as crazy as it sounds, but it would be crazy to start this battle in this episode, but you know where episode 3 is going to start off, so thanks for joining me, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to have you back for the next one.